Hello everybody, my name is Michael and happy Monday. Last week I think I mentioned in one of my videos for a second that I was vegetarian and I didn't realize that I had never made a video on this, and it's a huge part of my life, so I want to share that with you guys and go into how I became a vegetarian and what it all kind of means to me and all that kind of stuff. So let's go back and we're going to go to the past. And it all started in the summer of 2010. So I was watching a ton of documentaries on nutrition and food and how it was produced, and I was reading a bunch on it too. I had like magazine articles and all of this stuff, and I read an article in a magazine about vegetarians, and I found it really interesting, and I brought it up to my best friend and my dad, and they didn't really say anything much. My dad asked me if I was gonna be a vegetarian. I told him no, and I couldn't do that. That's too hard, or whatever. And then my best friend, she was a vegetarian for a week, or she tried it out, and it didn't work for her, and so I was thinking about it, and a month went by, and I was thinking about it more and more and more, and I decided I could probably try this. Let's do it. Why not? So this is where it all starts. Is on September 6th, or September 5th or 6th, I got a free lunch at work, and I got a sandwich. It was a chicken sandwich, and it was the worst thing I have ever eaten in my life. It was so gross, and I was like, oh no, I cannot have this be, it was the last straw for me, but I didn't want it to be the last, meal that I had, my last meal, as a meat eater, because it was just so bad, and I'm like, this is horrible. So that night for dinner, we had pasta, and I was like, oh, we should have the shrimp, and we had some shrimp, and so I had that, and then the next day, which I'm pretty sure was, it was the 7th of September, I decided that I wanted to try out being vegetarian. So I didn't tell anybody. I was just gonna do it by myself, and I did it for a week, and then no one knew about it, which is kind of funny because I was working and it was just this weird thing where I wasn't eating dinner at home. I was at work when it was dinner time, so I just didn't, my parents didn't know about it. It was really kind of strange. And then I remember my mom's like, oh, do you want this for lunch or dinner? And I was like, well, I don't eat meat. And she's like, what? You don't eat meat? When did that happen? Oh, a week ago when I stopped eating meat. So that's I had my first week, and then the second week, and then I made it to a month. And I just kind of kept extending it, where I just wanted to see if I can do it this long. And then I was like, oh, I can do it this long. Let's do it this long. And then 6 months goes by, a year goes by, and now I'm almost at 5 years. I've been a vegetarian for almost 5 years. September 7th is the day I decided to be a vegetarian, and I stopped eating meat. And, yeah, it's been great. Let me just talk about the transition. There's a transition, at least there was for me. So I stopped cold turkey. Some people can't do that, and they have to progressively eliminate, which is fine. I was just done with it, and you start eating more fruits and vegetables and drinking more water, and there's lots more liquids going around. Literally, now this may be too much information, but I'm going to share it with you. I would go to the bathroom, right? And then I would go back to what I was doing. I'd go sit down, and I'd literally have to go to the bathroom again. It was crazy. I went to the bathroom more in my, few days, in a few days, than in my lifetime. I swear, I was I don't know what was going on, but there was so much liquid that it just, I had to keep going and keep going and keep going, and it was And then like after a week, that kind of like mellowed out, and my body got used to like the more liquid, more just wateriness, because a lot of fruits and vegetables have water in it. And then I was drinking water, and it was just like, what is all this? But I got used to that, and then so vegetarians don't eat meat. Let's establish that. We do not eat any animal flesh. That includes fish. Yes, it includes poultry. I get asked that a lot of the times, like, oh, you don't eat, or you are vegetarian, do you eat fish? It's like, no, I don't. I mean, kind of negates the vegetarian part of the whole situation. But in the next summer, so the summer of 2011, I was still like doing a lot of research, and I was doing more documentaries and all of these things, and I decided that I was not going to eat or drink milk anymore, and I decided to go along with that. I would not eat yogurt or ice cream, like dairy products like that. I was on the fence about cheese, and I still have a hard time with that. So I can't say that I'm vegan, because vegans eliminate all of dairy products and animal products. So I don't say that. I either say that I'm vegetarian or I'm transitioning to vegan. But I still like, okay, for example, eggs. I don't eat eggs for breakfast. I think that eggs are just gross. Like, they have a nasty texture. But in baking, you use eggs as binders for like muffins, breads, and other things like that. And I will eat those because I love bread, I love cookies, I love that kind of stuff in baking. And unfortunately, they have eggs in it, and so it kind of crosses out that vegan. Like, I can't say that I'm vegan because I'm actually not. But I can go like months without having any dairy or animal products, and then I'll have like cheese on a salad, or I'll have something that has eggs in it, as in like it's mixed in to bind the food. I would not eat eggs for breakfast because I just don't like them. As a kid, I didn't like them either. It was just, I like covered them with things like cheese or something else, like some sauce or something like that, to get rid of the egg taste, because I didn't like that. So it wasn't too hard for me to transition to be a vegetarian, because there was things that I don't like to begin with. Like, for example, I do not like bacon. Shocker, oh my gosh, I don't like bacon. So people are always like, oh, you don't eat bacon, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't like it. So even if I did eat meat, that would not be one of them. Sausage, don't like it. So like the whole pig was eliminated anyways, because I was just like, I don't like pork, I think it's dry. So it's just like things that I just aesthetically did not like. It worked, so that was easy to eliminate. My parents had already kind of switched out like beef for ground turkey, because it's a little less fat, healthier, not as like weighing down. So we had already switched that out. So beef kind of just was gone anyways. The hardest thing I thought was going to be chicken, but I got over it. And then other things, like what else do you eat? Seafood was pretty hard, because I did enjoy it, and but I had to make the decision not to do it. And there is a lot of reasons behind not eating meat. I do it for there's a lot of health reasons. So like, I think it's healthier to be vegetarian, but you can also do it the wrong way. You definitely have to be you definitely need to know what you're doing to be vegetarian, because a lot of people like, oh, I'm gonna go vegetarian, and they eat tons of junk, and you're not getting the nutrients that you need. So it is kind of that finding a good balance and knowing what nutrients are, and the vitamins, the minerals, and things that you need, because you can develop certain things like B12 deficiency, which meat eaters can also develop, by the way, but you can get B12 deficiency, iron deficiency, things like that are not heavily found in plants, and stuff like that. So you have to be careful with that, so you can get anemia, and there's all kinds of things that can happen just because you're not eating healthy. So, but I think it is healthier in a grand scheme for people who do it right. Like there's less cardiovascular disease, a lot less fat in vegetarian diet, so you're getting healthier fats from like avocados and dates and all that kind of stuff, nuts and seeds. You get the healthy fats, but you're not getting the trans fats, and you're not getting the all that kind of stuff that's in animal products. But you have to be careful because there's tons of processed food that are in vegetarian and vegan lives, and they're eating a bunch of processed food that is not good for you. So, it's finding, like, going back to nature, I guess, is the kind of key to it. So there's the health reasons. Ethical reasons, I just don't feel like we should be eating animals. So I do have ethical beliefs behind that, and I don't feel good, like, about it. So I don't, for myself, want that like in my life, and it's very strange. And then, it's very strange. Certain parts of it are like cow's milk is really, really weird. Like, just think about what it is, and it's meant for baby cows, not for baby people. Not for baby people, but not for human people at all. So I don't like that. And there's alternatives like almond milk, coconut milk, flax milk, cashew milk, which I just found recently. But there's just like alternatives to that, and I don't know. It's just, I have the health, the ethical side, the environment side to it. There's like just tons of stuff that goes into it. There's political things that go into it, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't know what you're eating. When you do eat something, you're putting that foreign substance, whatever it is, whether it's a plant or an animal or something that they cooked up in a lab, you're putting that into your body, and that's a foreign material. So you have to be careful in that sense of, like, what are we actually putting into us, and is it healthy for us? So I don't know. This is going to be a very long video, I feel like, so I don't want to, ramble on. I can't even form my words right now. But there's, like, a lot that goes into it, but I don't eat meat, I don't do very much dairy, and maybe I will become vegan sometime. That'd be fun. I might do that during the summer. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, since, like, November of this year, or of last year. I've been thinking about it and trying it out a little bit more. So maybe I will go vegan. I will let you know if that happens. And yeah, if you want to hear more or want me to go more in depth on this subject, give me a thumbs up, because I would appreciate it. And also leave any questions or comments below that you have. Definitely, if you're thinking about doing it, do your research on it. Maybe even talk to a nutritionist, a doctor, a naturopath, somebody that you can kind of get some base information. I did it by myself, but I knew what I was doing through the whole thing. And so it worked out for me. It could work out for you. But yeah, so yeah, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, because I would love to hear from you. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, finding a little bit more about me, and I will see you guys on Thursday with a brand new video. Bye!